Hello, fellow fragrance lovers, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am going to be talking all about two Pamela Anderson fragrances, Malibu Day and Malibu Night. So if you want to know what I think of these perfumes, stick around. And of course, if you are new to my channel, hello, welcome. I am Limelight Lass, and I am primarily about fragrances. Sometimes I veer off into other territory, but mostly fragrances. And I love fragrances that put you in the spotlight, the limelight, and get you noticed. And I also love fragrances that no one else in your world is going to have, like standing out with your fragrance and wearing things that aren't common. I like that. So I think these fragrances today qualify because I don't know about you, but I don't know anyone in my real life that wears Malibu Day or Malibu Night. So if you want to know all about them, keep watching. So what prompted me to get the Pam Anderson perfumes? Well, much like many people, I think, I got very obsessed with the Hulu show Pam and Tommy. Did any of you watch Pam and Tommy? You have to let me know and put in the comments, like, if you watch it. I was so obsessed with that show. I planned my day around it. Like the new episodes came out on Wednesdays. I would make it so that I could I cleared my schedule for my lunch on Wednesdays for, all the weeks that it was on. Yeah, so that I could watch the new episode during my lunch at work because I had to see it as soon as possible. I know I'm a little nutty like that. I go all in. When I'm obsessed with something, I just go all in. And yeah, I thought it was brilliantly done. I know that it was a little controversial because Pam herself didn't really approve of it. But she is, if you've seen, she is doing a show with Netflix where she's going to tell her story her way. So I cannot wait for that. I've been a Pam Anderson fan since the, Baywatch and Home Improvement days. And I loved that show VIP, which, it is kind of a silly show. I've recently gone back and watched some episodes. And yeah, I was really young when that was out. But, I loved it then and I still love it. Very obscure, but I also loved her in a show called Stacked. And I own the DVDs of it. I think I'm the only person in the world that owns the DVDs of the show Stacked. But it was, hey, if you own Stacked, let me know. But it was a very short-lived show. I think it was only one season. And she played she worked at a bookstore. So it was out of character for her. That was kind of the joke, is that, she's working in a bookstore with nerdy book people. And I don't know, I just love her. I have a couple books from her. She wrote a kind of a romance novel years ago that was, I think, loosely based on her story, her life story. And then she wrote a book with a rabbi a few years ago about love and relationships. So she's done a lot. And of course, she does a lot of work for PETA. And actually, these fragrances, at least when they were out, the part of the sales went to PETA, and they are vegan and cruelty-free. So I think that's pretty cool as well. So let me tell you all about the fragrances. But first, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate you doing so and give this video a thumbs up. I think I'm doing something unique. This is what I aim to do, people. I like to do unique things in the fragrance community as much as I can. I know I have to do some things that are very crowd pleasing, but I also like to do some weird, obscure videos like this. So if you're into weird, random things, but also the usual topics that fragrance YouTubers cover, check out my channel and hopefully you will like it. I really, really appreciate it if you did that. So anyway, let's start with Malibu Night. Now, these are discontinued fragrances, and there's a little drama that goes along with this. So I found both of them in 1.7 ounces on eBay. And the Malibu Day that I got was it was a little bit leaky and a little bit leaked out and, whatever. I read reviews saying that they were having packaging issues, so I guess that's what happened. But my Malibu Night, I'll show you the box when I get to that. It was so weird because it was sealed completely. And the box was closed, but it just it broke or something. I don't know. Something went awry in the package and it just leaked all over. So it reeks like it's smelling up the whole area because the box is like soaked with the perfume. And well, I'll show it to you when I get to it. But a lot of the perfume was gone. So so what I did for Malibu Day was I ordered one from Amazon in the 3.4 ounce, got it. It is fine. So I'm going to probably do the same thing with Malibu Night because spoiler alert, I actually really like these fragrances. I know it's super weird. And I don't know why I didn't get them when they first came out, but Pam Anderson actually did a public appearance very nearby to where I live. And I think I was working that day. I couldn't go to it, but she was selling it, I think at maybe it was Rite Aid or Walgreens, one of those drugstores. So it's a drugstore fragrance, very, very affordable. But let me get into Malibu Day. So this is what the, put back in the box. This is what the box looks like. I love it because it's got Pam on it. It's very nice. So I like that. I like the packaging. And then when you open it up, here is the, now it's a pretty like simple bottle and it's not like the most, you know, it's not the most luxe packaging that you could possibly have. But it gives you this, the spirit of the fragrance. And it's very, you know, it's, to me, it's a very beachy type of color, but also, you know, I like that it's a big chunky crystal as well. So strangely, as I said, I really like this. Now, for both of these fragrances, you do, like when you first, like the opening is a little rough. Like it does have that kind of synthetic-y smell. Although these are supposed to be, I think, natural. I don't know. But it's supposed to have, let me see, what does it say here? Well, they're cruelty-free, and I do think they are vegan. So I don't know. As far as the ingredients, I don't know how that factors in, but oh my gosh, this smells really good. So let me give you the notes of Malibu Day. So this one has, it's not like differentiated really into layers, but honeysuckle, white flowers, caramel, praline, vanilla, red berries, mandarin orange, sandalwood, and amber. So this is beachy without being sunscreeny. And it really, I have to say, it doesn't really smell like anything else that I have. But I really, really like it. Yeah, so it is sweet. But it just reminds me of like, you know what? This reminds me more of being like at the pool than the beach necessarily. It's like you have a fruity drink, you're on a float, the sun is beating down on you, you know, you're wearing your sunscreen, but it doesn't smell sunscreeny. But it is like a fruity, musky. Yeah, it's just sweet. And it has that, you know, little bit of like an ambery undertone to it as well. So it's not just a juvenile fruity fragrance. It has a little bit of substance to it. I wouldn't say that this is like sexy, so to speak. But I think, you know, if you're trying to attract the men folk, I think it's a very pleasing smell. I can't see anyone hating this fragrance. It's a very, I mean, I don't want to say generic, but like there's nothing, there's nothing crazy and groundbreaking. It just smells really good. Now it's light. It's not going to project across, you know, the room or anything. Definitely it'll give you a little scent bubble though. And this, surprisingly, both of them actually last so well, like hours and hours and hours, which for a celebrity scent, to me, that's really good. So I really, really like this fragrance. And I think I'm going to be using it a lot in the summer when I'm going to the pool or going to the beach. But yeah, it doesn't smell like, you know, I think there's this whole category of summer fragrances, beach fragrances that, let's face it, smell pretty similar. And, you know, they have that sunscreeny vibe, you know, the same notes and, you know, just very slight variations. But this one doesn't smell like any of them. Really, the closest thing this smells like that I think in my collection, which I haven't put them side by side yet, but the vibe to me is very similar to Nicki Minaj, Onika. So if you like that, I think you would like this, like a light, very playful, fruity musk. It's like that. So I have to say, I am very happy with this Malibu Day. Gets the Limelight Lass 2 thumbs up. Definitely. Okay, now let's move on to Malibu Night. Now this is the one you can see it's kind of warped because it's soaking wet. And I'm like trying so hard not to choke. Not because it smells bad or anything, but it's really strong. And it's like all over. So look, my poor bottle here. I lost quite a bit of it. But I'm going to spray this on my other arm. So now this one, and people mentioned this in reviews. When you first, oh my God, whew, when you first spray this, people were saying it smells like paint or like nail polish remover or something. And I will say, yes, when you first spray this, like the opening of Malibu Night, it is rough. It is rough. So, but when it dries down, completely different. It smooths out and it's actually really nice. So here are the notes for Malibu Night. And this was also released in 2009. So this one has notes of patchouli, orchid, Mexican chocolate, pomegranate, champaca, green notes, vanilla, mahogany, amber, lotus, and violet. So this one really is not sweet. I mean, a little teeny bit. You do get a little bit of that chocolate. It's very heavy on the patchouli. Very, very heavy on the patchouli. If you don't like patchouli, you will definitely not like this. Yeah, I mean, I get the orchid as well. Not so much of the vanilla. And it is ambery. So, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell because this isn't, you know, this isn't like this doesn't look very seductive or dark or anything. So here's the funny thing. Guess what perfume everyone compares this to? And I have to say, it is pretty similar. Coco Mademoiselle. Coco Mademoiselle. Would you believe that? From a Pamela Anderson perfume? But it's very similar. It's a very affordable version of that kind of scent profile of Coco. I'm not saying that this smells exactly like Coco Mademoiselle or is as well crafted and smooth and all of that. But it's pretty similar. So if you like Coco Mademoiselle, I think you would like this. You really have to get past the opening. So yeah, you get a lot of patchouli, but this one is, to me, it's very sexy, very good for nighttime. And yeah, you get a little bit of that chocolate nuance. It's nice. So I also give this one, the Limelight Lass, 2 thumbs up. So overall, if you can get your hands on these lovely Pamela Anderson perfumes, I would go for it. I think you'll like it. Malibu Day, I think, is much more palatable than Malibu Night, and I think it's much more crowd-pleasing. So I think Malibu Day is a pretty safe blind buy if you're into kind of like fruity musks. It almost reminds me of those fruity musks from like the 80s and 90s, like Malibu Musk, which, why did they discontinue that? I loved that. The Malibu Night might be a little trickier because, again, you have to like patchouli and you have to I don't know. It has a characteristic to it that I feel like could rub some people the wrong way, but I really, really like it. But I like those woody, deep, and these are strong. Like I said, they last a really long time, and I've worn them both several times. But yeah, I really enjoy them. I'm going to put these in the category of kind of my like guilty pleasure fragrances, but I don't know. They're good. So let me know in the comments if you have ever tried Malibu Day or Night from the lovely Pamela Anderson. Let me know if you love Pam Anderson as much as I do. And yeah, I'm curious to see what you think. And again, eBay and Amazon and a couple other sites do have these. So you can get them. They're not crazy priced. I mean, I think they are under $30 for, the 3.4 ounce. So very, very affordable. I like that they're vegan and cruelty free. So good job, Pam. And maybe she'll come out now that there's like a resurgence in Pam Anderson, paraphernalia, I guess you could call it. Maybe she'll make another perfume. Who knows? Who knows? She's very unpredictable. So, well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you for your support, of course. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.